Well, I'm so glad that you're here.
Me
Finally, I've been
too.
waiting for so long because I really honestly didn't expect for you to talk to me. So I was
I'm
very,
very picky. No,
well, you could be.
no, 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 no. I appreciate what you're doing, talking to so many narrators and, getting
Oh,
people talking about more audiobooks. It's you are doing a service. I'm glad to be a part of it.
oh, thank you. It's so fun for me. Like you guys are like my celebrities. So, I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies. Like this is all I do. All I do is listen to books. So
Wow.
that's kind of my thing. So
Yeah.
I will watch, a show occasionally with my husband or whatever,
Thanks,
but for the
Gabby.
most part, yeah, Avery is the best, isn't she? She is the best. I was so
That's very
excited.
sweet.
I am such a huge Brutes fan. Like,
I mean, me too.
I
I
mean,
hear you.
come on.
The books
I
are
mean,
incredible.
it's right here. Like
It's right.
it's always next to me.
Yeah.
Oh, Kendra said she just finished 12 Mile Limit. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that's a good one to start with. I loved
Yeah.
that book.
Well, let
That
me
was a
tell you,
great one.
Kendra, I can tell you about 70 hours to get you through the next
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
70 hours, including day death,
Wow.
which is insane.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, I wasn't sure exactly how many hours each book is. I've never added it up, but sounds like you
Yes.
know.
I did because I knew because it was so long. That last one was 30.
It was so long. Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it was so good. Like it just like it hit every spot,
I
So it
think
was
I
perfect.
turned the last files in for it on like the very last possible day. Like it took me so like I started early and
Yeah.
then I did not finish in the time that I had allotted for it. So I had to start recording other things. And that was my fault. I mean, my fault and
Well,
probably somebody got sick, like someone in my family. I don't remember at this
but you
point
do so
why.
much in that book.
So much. And so like I just ended up recording that book for like a month, always knowing like what the final day was. Like we knew it everybody because there were so
Hmm.
many people in that book. Everybody had to have their stuff turned in by this date. The
Hmm.
editor was like so clear. He's like, I cannot do anything unless
Hmm.
you all get your stuff in on time. And this is huge. So everyone was
Yeah.
like, we're gonna do it. Um in case you're curious, Sebastian York had his stuff turned in before absolutely anybody. He
Of
always does.
course. Of
Like
course.
you'll be on a thread with him, and he'll be like, "Oh, and also, he already has his things turned in." You're like, "What? We just got started." He's
Really?
so ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he's not on social media, so
there's that. Yeah,
there's
he's not
that.
getting
He
distracted.
doesn't have to get distracted by social media, so that's always a plus.
Yeah.
And then poor JF had to do like how many extra characters in this last
Right?
one.
At least, I mean, two
So
main characters. I don't, did he do
yeah,
any side characters too? I feel like
I
everybody was doubling up on side
yeah, there were
characters.
so many side characters in this one. So yeah,
Well,
so
he's from that part of Georgia though, so I really loved hearing his like native accent there. I thought that was
no,
fantastic.
I loved it. Well, I mean, more of him is always fine with me. I love his voice.
Right.
So yeah, more of
Love
him is
him.
always fine. Okay, Gabs wanted to know if someone's new to you, what is your go-to? What would you recommend for them as a go-to book?
I have a follow-up question. Gabby, I would definitely check with somebody what is their preferred spice level before I
True.
recommended something. What is the so if they're like I'm new to romance. I don't know if I like spice.
That's
Fair,
not
fair.
Gabs. That's not Gabs.
That's not her, right? But if somebody were to ask me that, I would say there was this book I did last year that was so cute, and it was like a closed door romance called the oh my gosh, what was it called? Something about pumpkin spice.
Oh, the
Um,
Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
it was
Isn't
it
that
wasn't that one. That one, that's the
wasn't
one.
that
Like
what?
I think I
Oh,
picked that one up from the bookstore, and that's why it's in
okay.
my head. It'll come to me in a minute. It'll come to whatever it was. It was super sweet, and I loved that.
Yeah.
But if we're not worried about spice, and it's like I love spice. Um, hmm, hmm. Yeah, I guess if they're like really into a dark romance, I mean, Brandy Hines is a good place to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like with
Yeah.
12 Mile Limit, really loved 12 Mile Limit. And Tracing Scars was good too, of course. I really got into Nissa Catherine's books. Like I wasn't a romantic suspense person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I started narrating romance.
Mm-hmm.
And now I love it. I think it's so
Yeah.
much fun. You know what? I would do CL Rose. She does the sports
Oh,
romances, but they're
yes.
all BDSM. They're very spicy and they're
Mhm.
so beautifully written and they're so funny. So
I've heard
that's where
good
I
things
start.
about those. Yeah.
CL Rose. There we
Yeah.
go.
There you go. Good job. That
That
was
took a
great.
minute. Sorry.
That's okay. No, obviously, that's fine. Well, so I've got a lot of Brutes questions, but we'll
Okay.
kind of sprinkle them in, and
Sure.
I don't want to bore everyone who's not like a huge Brutes fan like me. So,
Oh,
but anyway, um, so I saw, I was looking on Audible. You have about 170 titles on Audible, which is
yeah.
huge. That's a
Yeah.
lot. Um, and I think the first one was like in 2020. Is that right?
I mean, Audible doesn't have everything on there. I think my
Right.
very first it might have been. I mean, my first romance was with Elise Faber,
Mm-hmm.
in the Billionaire series that she had, the
Mm-hmm.
Bad Billionaire. What was it? I was just thinking about. She's doing hockey romances now.
Oh,
Um,
I know that. I've heard that name. Yeah.
anyway, she has there. It's not just Billionaire. Again, like I will remember in 5 minutes exactly what it's
Fine.
called. That's how my brain works. It like sends in a request, and five
Yeah.
minutes later
We'll
it
get
shows
back to
up.
you.
It was like, yeah, okay. You know what? I'm going to turn that. The request has been sent. It will return when it returns.
Sure.
I think that was in 2019, and so I'm
Okay.
not sure what the date is on it. I started my very first audiobook, I think, was 2017, and I thought my career will take off now, and it didn't. And so I got
Makes
onto
sense.
ACX and
Mm-hmm.
started learning how to record myself,
Mm-hmm.
how to record, how to edit, how to master. And Elise Faber's books came up on ACX, and I was lucky enough to book it, and then do like 8 of hers in a row, I think. So like
Wow.
what a learning curve. Like,
Right.
like I had really only done a couple books.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I had gotten through many of hers, I had definitely had a better handle on what I was doing.
Yeah. It's great when you're first starting out, when you get on like a series like that, where you can
Yeah.
just really just kind of really hammer out your process and,
Yeah.
really kind of learn and, and you playing this, were you playing the same character throughout this whole series or were you playing different
No,
characters?
it was
Yeah.
different characters. They were all related, like,
Mm-hmm.
and that was also a huge learning curve of like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I have to differentiate these women across a series. Like they keep
Right.
showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first one was called Bad Nightstand. So like maybe it was called The Bad
It did come
Billionaires.
back. See?
I knew the name of the book. I was like, but surely it's not Bad Billionaires. But I think that actually might be what
Might
it was.
be,
The
yeah.
Bad Billionaire series,
That's funny.
Bad Nightstand, Bad Fiance. Like it was. They were all billionaires. I loved that. Like by book 3, the billionaire was like the woman. I was like, yeah, we
Ooh,
need
we
some
love
like
that.
femme billionaire representation
Yeah.
here. And all the women were super funny and feminist, and it was a
Mhm.
great intro into narrating romance.
Yeah. So was it really different? Were you, do you think you were doing as much voice acting back then as you are now, or were you more just kind of narrating? I know it's kind of trended that way for a while
Right.
now, but I know that was quite a while ago, and I don't
It
know,
was
were you doing as much acting then or
a great
more?
question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, at that time, was still figuring out like how to do like dude voices. It was solo, like even though it was dual POV, I did
Mm-hmm.
the whole book. So I was doing the
Yeah.
guy chapters and the girl chapters. And I hadn't taken my gender and voice class yet with Amanda Quaid, which changed how I did voices.
Right.
Um, but I always wanted it to sound as natural as possible. That was always my instinct, where it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like she walked into the room. Like I wanted to be like, she walked into the room and this is
Yeah.
how she felt.
She walked in.
Like I
Right.
always, that was just my artistic preference. And
Mm-hmm.
that worked for the kind of authors I was connecting with. So I
Yeah.
do think like if you went back and listened, you wouldn't be like, wow, like what a different style, but you
Yeah.
probably would not hear the range that I've
Yeah.
developed over time. That
But
would
I
be
feel
my
like that
guess.
you really kind of had that with Eden too. It was just so like natural, just like I'm just a natural person, a girl who
Yeah.
just, you were very normal, very down to earth. You just played
Wow.
her so well. I mean,
Thank
okay,
you.
we're already getting into it, but
It's okay. We can talk about Bruce
I
like
am just
what you want.
Eden is one of my favorite female characters like of all time. Like she
Me too.
is just phenomenal. Like she goes through every iteration of, a personality throughout that entire
Yeah.
book. She grows so much. You
Yes.
change with her,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that you just show her growth without changing how you play her is so it's so interesting to me, like, and so well
Yeah.
done, like, because she's like, even though she's changing and even though she's growing and her character is becoming different, she's still Eden, like from like the
Right.
first
Yeah.
page to like the last page, she's the same person. She's
Mm-hmm.
just grown, and the way that you did that with her was just, I was always so impressed by it because it was such
You.
a dense book and so much material, you
So
know
much.
so much.
So very much.
And she's such a huge part of the book, like there's almost nothing that she's not in, like she's
That's
everywhere,
true. It's true.
so it's, yeah, I mean, you
Well, I
are the
think
story.
I really liked how yeah, I mean, is what exactly what you were saying, like her growth across the books. Um like her needs she starts out very she's already strong. She doesn't know how strong she
Right,
is though.
right,
She's been in survivor mode for so long that
yeah,
she can't even clock how strong she is because all she
exactly,
feels is her vulnerability.
right,
um and like I love how she begins to recognize what she brings to the table, what she's always brought to the table. And so like I feel like her needs like change from I need everyone to being like, oh, I am actually great on my
mm-hmm,
own and I made it on my own, and
mm-hmm,
my needs are now more grounded in I need these people, not I
mm-hmm,
need to be protected. Like I need
right,
Jake and I need,
yes,
Lucky, and I need these particular humans.
right,
And so well she stays like that needful all the way
mm-hmm.
through.
Yes,
It
because she
changes from
does,
how she
because she
perceives
needs
herself.
people. Like she's a
Yeah.
person who needs love and care and people. I
Yeah.
mean, and that's okay. That's not a weakness. And that's the thing, for her to grow and become stronger, she doesn't have to lose that.
Right. Exactly.
She
Yeah.
could still be a strong female and need other people,
Yeah.
but she does. I mean, that's one of the things I just love her as a character. And I think Rebecca is such an amazing writer.
She is.
The
Yeah.
characters in this book, I mean, I've told everyone before, if you have never listened, just go listen to the chess scene with Eden and Jasper. Just
Oh
listen
my
to that
gosh.
one scene.
Yeah.
It's
My
phenomenal.
favorite guy.
It's so
That's my
incredible.
favorite Brute. So you just
That's your
mentioned
man,
Jasper. I'm like
Jasper.
that. Yeah, that's my favorite scene. Any scene you mention, I'll be like, I love that one.
That one made me, I was so in awe of the writing in that scene when I first listened to it. I can remember exactly what I was doing. I was driving down the road and I was heading somewhere, and I was heading to where I was going, and I got there and I did not get out of my car because I was like, I'm not getting out of my car until this is done. Because I was like, I don't want to split up this area at all. Like I want to hear
Yeah.
it all at
You want to
once,
hear?
how it was
Yeah.
intended. Yeah.
I love that.
And that whole scene was just so emotional. There was so much like restrained emotion in them playing this like really like buttoned up, like nice
Mm-hmm.
game of chess. It was so well done. Like, and you guys just killed that whole scene. It was great. I loved it. So I tell everyone, if you want just one example of like how this book will just like tear you apart, just go
Yeah.
listen to that one scene, and it's great. So what did you do before you started doing voice acting? Did you have another career or?
Yeah, yeah. So I've always been a storyteller.
Hmm.
I've always been interested in performance. So like
Hmm.
from the time I was very little, I was writing and I was dancing, and eventually I was acting. And I moved to New York City, like many do, to be a
Hmm.
dancer and actor. And so my job in the city was that I was a Pilates instructor. And that's how I, paid for my
How
life.
you pay
I
your
I
bills?
would
Yeah.
work during the day and take dance classes in the afternoon and go to rehearsals at night, doing indie theater because I actually had
Hmm.
no acting experience. My whole background was in dance,
Uh-huh.
dance and martial arts. And so I
What?
got cast in like, like pieces that needed stage combat, or they
Hmm.
needed yeah, like people who could fall and not get
That's so
hurt.
badass.
It
That's
was
so
so much
cool.
fun, but it put me in the room with people who had MFAs in theater, and
Mm-hmm.
so I learned to act being around other actors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I eventually like took a class, like I
Mm-hmm.
eventually like took a Meisner technique class, for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But mostly it really was just like being in the room with other actors. And yeah, and so I taught a ton of Pilates, and that was fantastic. It was very flexible, and great for someone who like I'm an oldest sibling, and so you just come into the room wanting to tell people what to do anyway. So the command performance, everybody has to listen to me, and I get to tell you
Mm-hmm.
what to do. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
Yeah.
Uh, but like the whole dream was that I knew I one day wanted to be a parent. And so I wanted something creative and flexible. And my my then boyfriend, now husband's best friend, owned a voiceover studio.
Oh wow.
I and this sounds like I manipulated things, but I did not. I convinced him to donate like a couple coaching sessions to a raffle for a theater company I was raising money for. He did, and then I bought so many raffle tickets, and I won. So I'm like I did not game the system. I did truly win it, but
Hey,
I did set myself
I
up for
believe you.
success. Um,
Whatever it
and
took to get you here, we're good.
so I
Whatever it took.
started in voiceover, like just commercial voiceover,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Ew, selling things. I think I don't like this."
No fun. Yeah.
I'm over that. I will
Yeah.
sell anything now. Just pay me. But at the time, I was like, I really think audiobooks are going to be my thing because I was still a writer, and
Mm-hmm.
so I started like pursuing commercial voiceover
Mm-hmm.
and trying to learn more about audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time teaching Pilates. So shout out to many, many people on the Upper East Side and Upper West Side of New York who let me tell them what to do.
You kept Avery afloat. You kept her afloat.
I
That's
sure
right.
did.
Yeah. So you've done so many books, like you at this point you are a pro. So how have you perfected this? How do you prep your books? Like what do you do? Do
Yeah.
you have someone prep your books for you or do you do it
Yeah.
all on your own? Yeah.
Um, so it's interesting because there's been a big conversation in the narrator world right now. For anyone who also likes sci-fi, Project Hail Mary just came out, and
Right? And he just
he
cold read
didn't do
it.
any prep for the audiobook.
Crazy.
And
Crazy.
oh my gosh, the whole narrator community like was like, oh,
Yeah,
like both
exactly.
like a little like partly in awe, like oh my god, that was an amazing performance, and you weren't prepped for it.
Right.
And then there were the women who work in romance who are like, we've been in situations where men did not prepare, and that a lot of work fell on us,
Yeah,
which
if
is
it's a solo book, then okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If it's a solo book, there may be very good reasons and specific to that actor. Like Ray Porter,
I mean,
obviously can
yeah,
do
he can do
anything.
anything. Yeah. But
I'm not going to tell Ray Porter he should be doing his process
yeah,
differently. Are you kidding? Absolutely
no.
not.
But Joe
But
Blow on his second book doesn't need to be cold reading duet romance.
exactly. Exactly. So that, and then, still within like this narrator conversation, Travis Baldree,
Mhm.
who wrote, Legends and Lattes and
Yes.
narrates a ton of fantasy, went into granular detail on his preparation process, which he does not have time to read books from beginning to end. So he
Hmm.
explained how he preps them. So I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to look at that and be like, how can I prep well enough but save myself some time on the back end?
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I'm starting to think about that after having seen how Travis does it and still like gives an
Well,
incredible performance. Because that's the thing. I don't ever want to sacrifice my performance. But if I can improve my system, it might
I
be worth
think
it.
honestly, I've talked to of the people that I've talked to, everyone has different processes.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't read the whole book. And
Really?
I don't think they're bad narrators.
Right. Yeah. They
I
are.
think
No.
they're terrible. No, but
Horrible.
I think a lot of people they'll do like a like a skim, you know, like
Hmm.
a quick skim, like where they'll go through and like mark lines. And I think it's again, it depends on the book. It depends on what you're
Yes,
doing.
very
So
much
like if
depends on the
you're
book.
yeah, if you're doing you know, solo, I mean, I think yeah, go for it. Do whatever you know, see, but if you're
See how
doing
it
a
works, but
duet or you know, something like that where you have to really like mark your lines and go through all that. So,
yeah,
yeah, that's a completely different. And then I think
yeah.
tone is really important in like a duet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like you do really have to kind of read the whole thing to kind of
Yeah,
get
with the
what
other
you're trying to
character
get out
because
there.
you're reacting
Yeah.
to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
And especially
when
since you're never in the same room doing it at the same time. It's like
no.
you're yeah, so it's hard to
So yeah, my process right now is that I read the whole book.
yeah.
That is my process. I don't mark it up. I don't make notes in the sidelines. I don't
So you
journal as
read
the
this
character.
whole book.
Okay. All right. So confession. With the last book, with book 3, I had to start recording before I finished reading it because I got it shortly before I had to start recording. However, Rebecca had made this incredible chapter by chapter breakdown
I believe
of
it.
what happened. And also, like, and it was also hilarious because it would just be like smut or like 4 chapters.
Oh, I can only
Like she
imagine.
would just
Girl,
drag it down smut.
her newsletter
Um,
is one of my favorite parts of the month because she is just so freaking hilarious. Like
she's so funny.
stuff she
Um,
puts out.
So yeah, and so there was like a point in book 3 where she was like, to understand what's happening here, you need to read this chapter here. So if you are not able to read it from
Wow.
beginning to end, jump to here to understand what's going on. So that's what I did, you know.
That was great.
So you know, like the section, um, you know, where I'm not going to give any spoilers for people who haven't listened, but uh when Eden goes into the camp and
Yes.
sees the people there,
Yes.
and it's very confusing. She's trying to get a sense of what's really happening.
What's happening? Yeah.
Because I had read for you know, ahead, I was able to understand what she's seeing,
Hmm.
and how all these things were playing out.
Hmm.
So that is an example of one where I due to the length, I could
Hmm.
not complete it before I had to start
No,
recording.
I get it.
But
No,
I did not, I did
I
not.
was really just kind of joking. I was like, girl,
Yeah, yeah, no, I did not record
she
any of.
thick.
I mean, I don't. I think this is true that I did not record any of those chapters cold, but I did not
I'm
read
sure
the
you didn't.
entire book before I started recording it. So I was
I think
like, read the
that's
beginning, got started, read the end, so I knew what was happening, and read the middle and just stayed ahead of it.
hmm
That's how I had to do that one. That was just
yeah.
that was just timing.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I said, as long
It
as
was
you know
what it
that
had to be. It was fine.
the tone of what you're you know and that's the other thing too, you're on the third book, like it's not like you
Yes.
don't it's you know the story, you know the characters, you know you already know how you react to each other and
Yes.
you know and how you interact, so you know there's going to be nuance, but for the most part it's going to be that same kind of reaction that you had you know in book
Hmm.
2 and book 1. So I think I mean it was great, so I have no
Good. I'm glad it
complaints.
worked out. Yeah.
I have no complaints. so so when you decide to take on a project, are there
Mhm.
some things that really, really draw you in, or what do you look for that just really makes you want to do a book, a certain book?
Um, I mean, at this point, it's kind of sometimes you just don't even know. You know,
Hmm.
like I try to say yes to everything.
Okay.
If someone says, you know, if it's like a 3 hour motorcycle gang romance, you know, like motorcycle's not my personal favorite.
Hmm.
So I'm not going to be like, oh yay, the way I might be for like pumpkin spice in space, you know, like I would have a different emotional reaction to that. But
Hmm.
I'm going to say, oh, I would love to be a part of that. My next window for that is here. And again,
Hmm.
and maybe that works for them, maybe it doesn't.
Right.
Um, the difference would be if like someone was like, it's pumpkin spice in space, and I'm like, ooh, I don't have time, but I'm gonna figure out how to have time. That
Yeah.
might be the
You're like,
difference.
we're gonna put that in here.
Yeah, like the answer is always yes, unless it's one of my hard no's, and I only have a few of those for my own mental health. Um, Like, and I don't really get those offers, so it's
Mhm.
all good.
Yeah.
I basically say yes to everything with my next availability. And if
Mhm.
it's something that I'm like, then I'll be
Mhm.
like, I'll just figure it out, I
I
guess.
got
So
it. I
I'll get
got
it
it. I'll do it.
recorded.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
think yeah, I get that.
yeah. And when it, and then sometimes something surprises you. Like I got one, I think it was from Lyric in the last month.
Mhm.
That was just a, not just, I don't mean that dismissively, but like was presented as a kind of new adult contemporary
Mhm.
romance. Takes a long time for them to get together. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
great, wonderful, excited to do it. Like, because
Yeah.
that's how I feel. I'm grateful to be doing the
Yeah.
work. And then I started recording it, and there is something that happens once in a while where the writing just rolls off your tongue. And I don't know what
Mhm.
it is. I can't point to it, but I was just like,
Mhm.
this is easy. Like, this is
Yeah.
easy to fall into and to record and to stay in it.
Yeah.
And there are others that just aren't, where I'm distracted every 8 minutes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, and I could not have told you that that's how it was going to be.
No.
So, there are like, so when it comes to being excited about a project, sometimes it is like, it's genre, it's the author. I know this one's funny. I know this
Mhm.
one will be super spicy in a fun way.
Mhm.
But other times like, you just say yes to something and then discover, oh, I
Yeah.
love this, and I didn't even know I would, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Those are the fun. That's fun though when you just when you don't even know
Yeah.
how and you get into it and you're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." And I
I feel
love
like I
that
should shout
too.
that one out. That's called Cruel Summer. And I
Oh, okay.
really liked it. I was really into
I'll
it.
be is it out already?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
I turned
We'll
it
be
in
on the
last
lookout.
month.
We'll be on the lookout.
Yeah.
So, do you have any hobbies when you're not in the booth? Anything that
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah. I still dance.
Nice.
I have never been an extraordinary dancer. Let's like let's set the bar low. But I love it so much, and I'm a lifelong dancer.
Hmm.
And so yeah, I go I go to a hip hop class on Monday nights when I can,
Nice.
and a ballet class when I can.
Nice.
Um, and then I've been learning to crochet and learning to knit. I think the main other hobby is gardening. Like that is something I'm getting obsessed with. Like the
Love
knitting and the
that.
crocheting come and go, but like gardening,
Yeah.
I'm in there.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So you do you have quite a few hobbies, so that's good. Um, are there any genres or tropes that you don't get to do very often that you would love to do more of?
I always really enjoy, getting to step out and do something different. So, like, I occasionally get to do horror, and I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoy it. I think if I
Mm-hmm.
did a ton of it, I'd be like, oh my gosh, that is too much. But
Mm-hmm.
because I've done so little, I'm like, oh, I could take a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a little more sci-fi. I love fantasy, so I'm really loving that I'm like kind of entering a romantasy era. I'm like, that
Yes,
is
with your
perfect.
dire bound, you're really coming
I
into your
love it.
romantasy.
Like,
Yes.
give it to me. I'm so
Yes.
happy in this space. So, yeah, romantasy. I mean, when I started out in audiobooks, and I realize this is an interview with me, but like my training is kicking in. I'm like, I'm talking too much. What about you? Tell me about you,
No.
Kim.
No,
Um,
no, no. We don't
my
talk about
brain is
me here.
starting to fire. I'm like,
We don't talk
um,
about me here.
uh, I really wanted to do children's books because in my non-pseudonym life, that is what I do. I write for children, and I'm a published author for children's books.
I love that.
So I love narrating middle grade and YA and early
Mm-hmm.
chapter books. And I still get some of those, but I don't get a ton. So I would
Mm-hmm.
love more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's where I started. I used to get a lot of those, and then
Yeah.
it became lots of romance. Not mad about that, but I'd
No.
love to see the children's books come back, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, yeah, I'm like, I don't need more nonfiction. I enjoy it when I get it, but I think I'm better suited for fiction, and I personally,
Yeah.
that's what I prefer to read. So,
Yeah. I would love. I mean, I would totally see you doing like great on children's books. So that's great.
oh, thanks.
That sounds so cute. Like I know you can do that kind of like you have a great voice and your voice is that's the other reason why I loved Eden so much is because it was so perfect for her, but it was never like, oh my gosh, she sounds young or she sounds high pitched or whatever. It was
Mm-hmm.
always it was always appropriate. Like you, even though you
That's
do have,
good.
even though you live in that kind of higher
Yeah, higher
register,
sound. Yeah.
like the way that you did it, it never felt like childish or kitty, or you know what I mean? Like where sometimes
Yeah.
that can kind of walk that line in these like really like spicy books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very cognizant of that, and thank you so much for saying that, because that lives, like, that's a chip on my shoulder a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I listen to my colleagues and I'm like, Angelina Roca's just sounding like perfume on velvet. Like, what
Mm-hmm.
the?
Like, yeah.
And here I
Mm-hmm.
am up here,
I know. I
I mean,
know.
like, so especially like knowing that this was a character who was going to be with five men, I did try to keep her as low in my register as I could without like going down to a place that
Yeah.
isn't natural. I definitely
Yes.
try, like right, I'm up because I'm talking with you, so I'm in a higher place.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
did try to like drop her down, which still
You
sounds
did.
young, but
You did, but I think
it's
it's more about the way that you portrayed her, which is that even when she was inexperienced or even when she felt uncomfortable, she still had that air about her, that confidence that I can figure this out. Like
yeah.
I
She was a woman. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
She's grown.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I think that came through on her, and
That's good.
even if sometimes it felt or sounded a little one way or the other, that the way that you brought her there, that just like womanhood to her, made
Yeah.
it just be like, you know,
I've also been like trying to note, like I enjoy Kristen Bell. I enjoy Rachel McAdams. Like these are women who have higher voices. They don't sound like some of these really like Sigourney Weaver or whatever. Like
yeah,
I'm never going to sound deep the way so many of my colleagues do, and I
yeah,
love the way they sound. I do.
yeah,
I'm just like, oh, you sound like a grown up. And but there are plenty of actors I can look at and go, well, neither do they, and they
no,
are fully grown humans who are playing really strong, interesting characters. I'm like,
and they
so
have the
it's my
advantage
chip
of.
on my shoulder, and I'm really trying to like get rid of it.
Yeah, but they have the also have the advantage of being able to be seen while they're being heard,
That does help.
which
Yes,
helps
you're
a
right.
lot. Like if you're seeing a woman speaking that way, you
Yeah.
don't question whether or not she's a woman, you can
Right.
see it.
Right.
And so I think, that's
And
you
I
do
like the way I sound.
you
I'm not trying to
do.
be down on myself
I
at
know.
all. I just
Yeah.
do recognize the difference, and I appreciate you calling it out. I mean, when
Yeah.
I was first cast, that was something that Blue Nose talked about, was that when they were looking for Eden, they thought this is someone who would have like breathiness in her sound. There would be like this lightness to her that she
Hmm.
has to bring to this particular story. So that
Yeah.
was something they were looking for, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so true. Lauren said, Eden's raw vulnerability is her strength, and you really carried that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank
that's
you
so
so
true.
much.
Yeah, that the fact that she became comfortable with her vulnerability too
Mm-hmm.
throughout that is just, yeah, it's just, I can go on and on. We could just do a whole
I
thing about
I
it.
hear you.
I
I
just love it so
understand.
much.
Me
Um,
too.
so were you an audiobook listener before you started? No. Yeah.
No, I'm still not. Although I want to be, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, the best way for me to learn is to listen to other people.
Hmm.
I still do coaching, and that is so helpful. But I think
Hmm.
nothing is a better teacher than just like listening. But I don't sit still. And and when I'm like doing dishes or something, I tend to put in exact same music I've always listened to,
Hmm.
and that's my reality.
Yeah.
The thing that has changed, and I'm finally listening to audiobooks and sitting still, is I got one of those red light therapy masks. And even though they say you can walk around and do things, no, I can't. No, I
No.
can't. I've got
No.
red lights
No.
shining in my eye. It's going to
No.
fall off my face. What are you talking
Hmm.
about? So I just lay there for 10 minutes and
And
I
you
listen.
actually
and then I
process.
and then I'm hooked. And then I'm like, well, what happens next? And then it turns into a whole self-care night. I'm like, well, now I should do my nails. And you know what? I did need to do that laundry folding,
Hmm.
and so I keep listening. And so the red light therapy mask has actually been my gateway. That
Yes.
being said, I'm sorry. I am so all over the place.
Stop.
Clearly, I'm
It's
like, I
okay.
am so comfortable
I
chatting.
am here for you. Everything
Whew.
you got, girl. Bring it to me. It's
Um,
okay.
there is one audiobook though, or two that stand out as
Mhm.
being like where I understood it. I got it. Exactly
Mhm.
what you're describing, where you're like, I had to sit and listen. I didn't want to stop. And that was when, so I had listened to audiobooks before I got hired to do one.
Mhm.
Um, but I hadn't liked them very much.
Mhm.
And this is no reflection. Let me be very clear. This is no
Oh,
reflection on the narrators.
I get it.
I did not like the books. I
Right.
listened to The Magicians by Lev
Mhm.
Grossman, and I listened to, like one of those titles that's very common. So I'm going to get it wrong, but it was like A Girl's Guide to Magic in Fairyland or something. A Girl's Guide to Magic, something.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Um,
Yeah.
and and I think I just did not like the books,
Mhm.
and they were very long. And
Mhm.
so I got through them and was like, man, maybe this is not for me. And then I listened to a romance, I think by
Mhm.
C.D. Reese, which was so
Mhm.
spicy. Oh my gosh. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh,
Oh,
okay. I see. I
maybe
was
I do
listening to
like
the wrong
this.
books. And then I listened to Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, which I had
Okay.
already read. I had already read the book, knew I loved the book,
Mhm.
but this was my introduction to Steve West.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, it was the first time where I was like, I'm turning the lights out. I'm sitting down. I'm not doing anything else for an hour but listening to this. And
Yeah.
I fell in love. I
Mhm.
could not stop listening to him, to the book. And
Yeah.
it had been long enough since I'd read it that I couldn't quite remember what happened next. So I also had like the suspense of the story, but parts I knew I loved were coming up.
Mhm.
And that's when people talk about loving audiobooks, that's where I go to in my memories. I'm like, it's
Yep.
like that time I was listening to Strange the Dreamer. And now I'm listening to Daisy and the Six, which is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Um, so that was, so yes, I think I'm actually, and it's actually nearly 300 audiobooks because I also record under my real name.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess no, I have nearly 300 by the end of the year. Probably by the end of the summer, I'll be at 300. So I'm like maybe 275 right now.
Close enough.
Close
Lots of
enough.
books. Lots of
Um,
books.
Ironically, I am now entering my audiobook era where I'm like, oh, these are
I love
great.
that. No,
I
I love
really
that.
like these.
I love that. And but like you said, like there are certain parts of a lot of my favorite books that, like you said, you think to those certain, like I was talking about with that chess scene, like I can
Mm-hmm.
remember exactly
Mm-hmm.
where I was when I heard it. Changed everything. Like it was just, and so I that's
Yep.
one of the things that audiobooks can do. And I've said this before. I think that there's only audiobooks are the only place where you can really hear or see how someone else feels about a book.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when you eyeball read a book, you're interpreting what you feel the author, meant or what their intentions were. But when
Right.
you listen to an audiobook, you're also taking on the interpretation of the voice actor and what they thought, the meaning of that. I mean, it could be completely different. It
Right.
can really change the way that you see a book when you listen to a
Mm-hmm.
narrator's interpretation of it. And I just think that's
Yeah.
so interesting because you can read a book and the same book twice and honestly get different things out of it, which is really
Is that what
interesting.
is that what you do? Do you eyeball read and then
I
listen, or what do you do?
I have like there are books that I have read and then I've gone back and listened to the
Mm-hmm.
audio and just been like, how you just like certain sentences you read them out and you're just like, I don't really get what they're trying to say, or just this group of words is not, really making sense, and I'll just
Yeah.
turn on the book or I'll turn on audio and I'll be like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
that the way that people put words together. And I think sometimes, like as readers, we get kind of like ahead of ourselves and we'll read too fast or we'll skim a little
Yes. I'm
bit.
very
And
guilty of that. Yeah.
yeah. And so I think just we miss a lot of that nuance, when we are eyeball reading just because we're
Right.
trying to get through it.
Just, it's that. what's going to happen next. You're like, oh, I
Yeah,
don't
I
need
mean
to know what the street looks like. Just tell me what happens
yeah,
next, you know?
it's natural. Like
Hmm.
it's not on purpose, but it is. It's just that
No, no.
natural tendency to want to get to the next, to the next, to the next. And so you
Yeah.
do miss those little like nuances and things like that. But audiobooks really kind of bring all of those little things
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just think that's one of the reasons why I think they're so special. And I think if people don't listen to audiobooks, like they don't really understand that part of it, you know?
Hmm.
I've gotten a
Hmm.
couple of people who don't to start and now they're
Hmm.
addicted, you know, and it's just
Oh,
like
that's
that's the
wonderful.
that's the way it is though. It's always kind of
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really found anyone yet that's just like, it's not for me. Like everyone's just kind of like cuz especially women, like we're so busy, we're always running,
Holy
we're
cow.
always
Yeah.
doing things. We got kids, we got we're driving across town to one school and the other school and
Hmm.
there's so much of that time when we can't sit down and read,
No.
there's just not time. But I can
Right.
I can pop a headphone in my ear and I can listen to half a book, while
Yeah.
I'm doing whatever. So
Right.
it it
Exactly.
it really is. It's so ideal, especially for people who are busy and people who don't have that time to read. Jen said
Caffeine
like
and
me.
crimson. I
Yeah,
see you.
she's a nurse, so she's like that's her. It's like,
Okay.
she's
Okay.
super busy. She works at night and it's like, boom, like
Oh,
yeah,
my one of my best friends is an ICU nurse, night nurse.
mhm.
So I
Yeah.
know that
Yeah.
life.
She's amazing. Jen's
Extension.
amazing. Um, well, so so you said you wanted to be a dancer when you were a kid,
Hmm.
like you always danced. So what was your like, did you do ballet? Did you do
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it. I still love it so much. Um, I took, we lived out in, so I'm from Texas originally,
Mhm.
and we
I'm in
lived like,
Texas.
are you? Where are
Mhm.
you?
I'm in East
Sorry,
Texas. No,
East
no, it's
Texas. I
fine.
don't mean to
It's okay.
like
I'm in East Texas.
East Texas.
About uh east of Dallas.
East of Dallas. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. I'm from like the the part of Texas where you're like north, central, west Texas.
Hmm.
You're like
Yes.
three directions to see where
Yes.
you are. Close
Yes.
to Fort Worth. I grew up
Yeah.
close to Fort Worth.
Okay.
But
I'm
like,
in Fort Worth all the time. My best friend lives in Mansfield, so
oh my
I'm
gosh.
up there. Yeah,
Getting a little too personal, but I worked at the half price books in Cedar Hill, like
that's
right
the big
just
one.
south of Mansfield. Um,
Oh, that one. No, yes, I
yeah,
know
yeah.
exactly
I
which
mean,
one you're
I
talking about.
did
Yeah,
like once a month. I would go to the big one in Dallas and
I
like help
love that.
with something. I remember why was I there once a month? I don't remember, but it was a good time. A good
It's a
time was had.
huge. It's a great store. It's huge. Yeah,
Loved it. I
yeah, it's
still
great.
sometimes have dreams where I'm like putting books on the shelf, and then when I wake up, I'm like, that was a good job.
That was a great job.
That was
They do.
fantastic.
They do a lot of author signings, so I'm actually there a
Wow.
lot. They
Are
do
you?
some.
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
awesome.
I love it there. So, anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, it's okay.
I was so excited.
Um, so yeah, but I was in a small town, southeast of Fort Worth, and
Mhm.
so I took ballet classes like twice a week in
Mhm.
Arlington, Texas,
Mhm.
and and so that's not really the stuff a dance career is made out of, twice a week dance classes.
Mhm.
And then I ended up going to Texas Women's University in Denton, and I got my
Oh
degree
wow.
in dance from there, which
Oh
was all modern dance. And
wow.
then I worked at Half Price Books for a year and a half and
Oh.
then moved to New York City to do the dancer actor thing. So that's how that happened. But
Wow.
I basically love all kinds of dance, but ballet
Mhm.
feels like,
Was
even though
your
I have
home.
to work really hard to turn off like the negative body talk that kind of came with being a kid in the 90s and
Yeah.
being in ballet.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, I love ballet.
Yeah.
So that I feel so grounded once I've taken a ballet class.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just kind of like coming home kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now that you've told me you're from Texas, so
Yeah.
how did you grind your Texas accent out? Like how long did it take you?
Well, you know what's funny? So my mom was from Massachusetts. My dad was from Virginia, so they didn't
Mm.
have classic Texan accents.
Mhm.
Um, and I would have told you I didn't have one. But it will still pop out in words here or there. Like I remember getting a voiceover job for a university. I was doing a commercial for their athletic department, and I
Mhm.
still struggle with this word. Like I sent them the recording, and they're like, "We love it. It's great. But it's not athlete. It's athlete." I'm like, "Athlete?
What? Athlete.
How do you even say athlete? like I'm like, it's athlete, you know, like it's three syllables. Like, I don't
What are you?
understand.
I don't understand.
Um,
Does not
and like,
compute.
and as soon as you started talking, I heard myself wanting to slip into it, and I was like, don't do it, don't do it. You can't copy
I
her. That's rude. But it actually
oh
is where
no,
I'm from. So like, as soon
I
as I
can't.
heard you, I was like, oh yeah, like that. Like, we're just gonna talk like that because that's really comfortable. Like,
So probably the worst thing about doing this show is that I have to listen to myself talk so much now. And I'm going and like editing and I'm like, oh my God, did I just say that? Like my voice, because I do, I don't hear it
of
unless,
course not. Yeah.
mm-mm. And I actually don't have as much of an accent as a lot of people do around me in East
I know.
Texas. So
I
like,
know.
but yeah.
Oh yeah. When I go home, which I don't go home very very often, but my dad still lives there. Um, did you watch Cheer, the documentary about
Mm-hmm.
okay, that is how everyone in my town speaks. Like we're really close to that area. And when I was watching it, I was like hitting my husband. I'm like, this is what I grew up hearing.
My
Like, and
whole life.
I don't know how I didn't get I'm honestly a little jealous that I can't just tap into it because I do love the sound.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm there, I do like automatically fall into it a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
my family didn't sound like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's
That
how.
yeah, that helps. So
But
you because you
I'll
weren't
never
surrounded
use
by it.
I'll never lose y'all. I mean, like it's the perfect pronoun. So
I
I
thought
use it
y'all
all the
all the time.
time. And that's still I still get
Who
clocked for
wants to
that.
say you all? I mean, come on. That's ridiculous.
It's
It's two
ridiculous.
words.
I walked into like the dance studio where I take the hip hop class, and probably I think I asked some kind of question where I was like, "So what time? You like what time do y'all finish?" And they're like, "Where are you from?" I'm
Ma'am?
like, "Here." Not I mean not here, but like, yeah, the y'all gives me away. And then if we go get
I
margaritas, it's over. It's
You
over.
will
It's gonna come
drag
out.
my y'all from my cold dead hands.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Lauren asked a while ago, do you have a favorite coach? She's actually a voice actor.
Oh,
So,
a favorite
um,
coach. Uh huh.
yeah, do you have a favorite coach
Um,
or
I
someone that
love.
you would recommend?
Sure. No, I have plenty of people I would recommend. Um, I'm currently working with Jesse Bickford, who is also a producer at Blackstone. So I mean that's always a nice thing, right? When you can get in front of someone who also could, send you an audition.
Right.
But but she's really good. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
really good at specific feedback that like changes the way you perform immediately.
Yeah.
So and she looks at your like website and is like, here's how to like listens to your samples and lets you know like what's not working
Oh,
or
that's
what is
great.
working. So she's a great coach and really just like a full 360 view of how you are as like a business and as a performer.
Oh, great.
Um, Christine Vam, I have not personally coached with her, but she teaches voiceover and audiobook narration at like the college level,
Mm-hmm.
and she produced Strange the Dreamer which
Oh,
I found out like much later when I was chatting with her and I was talking about my favorite audiobook and she's
small
like,
world.
we produced that. So she produced and directed that one. So she's been around for ages and she knows what she's doing.
Wow.
Um, PJ Oakland, also known as Dr. Dialect, he's one of the priciest options out there, but he is so committed to the craft. He's great at accents. And and he definitely pushes for that like full performance kind of audiobook narration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, those would be my top three.
I don't know if Lauren's still here, but I wrote them down for her. So
Okay,
just in
thanks.
case.
Give him for me.
Okay. So I think we had a question. Hold on. Oh, and I was going to ask you this anyway. Do you have a like bucket list like person that you want to narrate with
Author.
or
Narrate
author?
with.
Either one, author or narrator
Oh, okay,
or
okay.
both,
These are good
whatever.
questions. Um,
I wrote them down for you,
technically,
Lauren, if you didn't get them. I wrote them down for you. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're fine. Uh, I really want to do one of Rachel Harrison's horror novels. Like her millennial snarky horror is my favorite thing. I
Yeah.
would be
You would
so happy.
kill that? Oh my
I am
gosh.
desperate to like. I've met her, but I don't know how to be like, please cast me without being like, because as cool as you might think she is. It's frustrating. She's gorgeous. She's funny. She's smart. Okay,
Not
this is gonna
fair.
be on the internet.
It's
I
not
need to
fair.
stop fanning. Um,
Hey, if I'm doing it, you can do it.
hey, Brenna. Um, so I would love to do Rachel Harrison. I would love to narrate a book by Rebecca Stead, middle grade
Hmm.
author.
Hmm.
Her writing is unbelievable. It's so good. Um, Anne Ursu, another middle grade author that I absolutely love. Uh, Let me think. I mean, and I'm also reading, I've been trying to read all of the Nebula Award nominees this year. So like every single book I read, I'm like, oh, well, that person, that
Yeah.
person, that
Yeah.
person. Um, in romance, let's see. I just read a book by I'm pretty sure I have the name right, Tessa Bailey.
Hmm.
Um, and it was so good. It was so
Hmm. Her
delightful.
books are so cute.
So cute, so fun. I would
Hmm.
love to do her books. Um, I really do like C.D. Reese's writing. I
Hmm.
would love to do one of her books. And who else? I mean, I did the one with by Becca Mack and just like fell head over heels in love with her writing.
Hmm.
So would love to come back for another round, another book.
Reappearance. Yeah.
I would love that so much. In
Hmm.
terms of narration, I would love to do selfishly. I would like to do a one-on-one narration with Shane East. I'm today finished. I wrapped up a romantasy that I am on with him and with
Hmm.
Tim Campbell, and that's wonderful. But
Hmm.
I want a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Um, and but then I'm getting jealous of all these dudes who get to narrate with these amazing femme narrators. I'm like, when when do I get to narrate
So
with
what I'm hearing is we need some sapphic romance
we
in
need
Avery's life.
yes, more, please, please, dear God. Um, yeah, I would love to get a book with Angelina. Are you kidding me? Like she and I are friends. I would love to.
Okay, so Angelina, I when I talked to her, she's dying to do a vampire romance. Like
I know,
she's
I saw her
literally
post about
chomping
that.
at the bit. So I told her, like, if we can get you a sapphic vampire romance, like,
Oh my
come on.
God.
So
It'd be
you
amazing.
two on a sapphic vampire romance, can we make it happen?
Yeah, and
Someone
we need
write
it
it.
to happen.
Someone write it.
Is there
I
an
can't
author in
write,
the
so it won't
room?
be me.
Yeah. I
Oh
just
yeah.
I am so in awe of what my femme narrator friends can do, and I would love to be on more books with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I think maybe with there are a lot of full casts now where
Yeah.
there are more than one female lead, whether they be side characters or
Mm-hmm.
whatever in these multicasts. They're getting
Yeah.
it's getting more common for there to be more than one female, which is cool. It's a good trend. Like because
Yeah.
it's always been there's a lot of men, but
Hmm. Yeah.
rarely ever have more than one woman. That's one of the things that I also loved about Brute so much was that poor you wasn't having to voice every female on this book.
Right. Yeah. Well, there's another one. I would love to do another book with Rose.
Yeah,
She was
she's so
great.
good.
I mean, yeah, she's extraordinary.
So good. And then I think Rebecca said in her, I don't know about Rose, but I know she said that Connor was going to come back for to do Alistair in the next books.
Yeah.
So she said that in her newsletter. So I was like, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
really cool.
good.
Yeah. So continuity. Yeah, we're gonna have that. So that's good. Um, so we kind of talked about what you read. So let's talk a little bit about social media. So
Sure.
social media is a big part of you guys's journey
Mm-hmm.
now. And I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, when they got into this, it wasn't, first of all. And then
Sure.
also, it's like a lot of new narrators. I don't think they realize, I think getting into it, how big a part of it is now, just like to get your voice out there, get
Mm-hmm.
yourself known. But it is a really cool thing that it's kind of grown into this indie author space where there's
Mm-hmm.
so many more indie authors that are now able to get audiobooks done, by narrators that are maybe working on their own, or they have their
Yeah.
own companies or productions and things like that. So where do you kind of fall on the social media landscape? Does it, do you see the negative effects of it? I mean, I know you're on here a little
I
bit, but
am.
you're not like doing live narrations and things like that.
Yeah.
So, and not that that's a bad thing, but I'm just, like, where's your stance on that kind of stuff? So,
I I'm hearing myself on the. What was the question? I have no idea what the question was.
Avery, oh, social media. We were talking about social
Social
media.
media, hilariously talking about. I really enjoy it.
You said you like making content.
I like making TikToks. I'm always mad that they don't go viral because I think I'm hilarious.
I
Um,
agree.
thank you. I'm being robbed daily.
Great.
No, I it took me a long time to accept that I actually really, really do enjoy it. I think
Yeah,
it's just an extension of like storytelling and performing and
it
acting.
is.
I
Absolutely.
really enjoy it. TikTok has become really frustrating since it was purchased, so it's the worst. So I'm using it now like it's a video editor, and then I
Hmm.
come over to Instagram and post it.
Yeah.
Um, but I do enjoy it,
I will
and
say that their live experience is superior, like,
oh yeah.
because you can only have so many people on Instagram. So if you have more than four people on it, you can't be on Instagram. So
Oh,
like
okay.
when I do like author chats with like author and their narrators, like if it's more than
Mm-hmm.
four people, I can't do it on Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the only bad thing. But I TikTok is so difficult.
It's been so frustrating.
Yeah,
And like I really loved it and have defended it for a long time, and so I feel
yeah,
betrayed by my own
same.
platform.
Well,
But
it's not
I'm
the
not
real
so
TikTok.
I'm not so great, I feel like, about like the daily like shout outs to authors. Like so I wish I were better about that. Like I like the making of it. And I don't as much like the like going into Canva and making a graphic and putting it out there. That I
Yeah,
do much less often. So I
yeah,
kind of leave it to the author and then I'll repost, I'll add it to my story, I'll
yeah.
boost what gets sent my way.
I feel like
Um
that's most people.
okay, all right.
I don't feel like a lot of narrators are out there making content. Now,
Okay. That makes me feel a little better.
they're probably getting content from book creators and
Mm-hmm.
reposting it.
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Because that's probably more than likely where most of that's coming from.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, that makes
and from
sense.
the authors themselves. Yeah.
Okay. That makes me feel better because I don't ever want an author to think that because I didn't make something about it, it's because I didn't like their book.
Oh
It's
no.
very much like this morning I made two TikToks because there were landscapers and I could not record. And I'm like, well, we're gonna
What
make
am I gonna
something
do?
then.
Yeah.
And and there are plenty of days where I don't have time to do that. And I feel
Hmm.
I was and I it's never preferential treatment. It's always happenstance.
Yeah.
That's what makes me anxious about it. I love connecting with authors, with listeners,
Hmm.
um, and like the bookish community.
Yeah.
So that's very fun for me. Like
Yeah.
for me, there really haven't been a ton of downsides to it,
I agree.
besides just like that endless sense of I'm not doing enough. But that's throughout
Right.
my entire life. You know, that's not just social media.
Yeah. That's a symptom of a disease, I think.
I have to let my cat out of the room. I'll
Oh,
be right back.
that's fine.
He will be back in like 3 minutes because he
It's
wants
fine.
to
I
come
have a
back
cat. I get
in.
it. Yeah. And the cat, if I don't do it, the cat doesn't get it. No one else is good enough to do the things that the cat wants. So it has to be me.
Yeah, it has to be you. Everything else is,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
the cat's
insulting.
mom too, apparently. So
I
yeah. You know how
know.
it's that mom thing,
Yeah,
everybody has to have the
I,
mom do it.
I am
Yeah.
everybody's mom in
Yeah.
this house. The
Same.
cats, the kids. There is another parent, as I remind all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we know, but you're
Want
better.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I am, but I need you to go to the other one anyway.
I am, but I need a break. Okay.
Yes.
Can we have a break? You're not wrong, but
Right.
so okay, you said okay, so we've gotten through almost all of my normal questions, so
Normal questions.
we're gonna
Okay.
go full on brute. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm
So
ready.
you said Jasper's your favorite. So
Yes.
Top
Yeah.
three.
Top three.
Top three brutes.
Oh, top three Bruce. Okay, so yes, number one, Jasper. Number two, I have to follow my heart. I'm like, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Number
Just yeah,
two,
just
is
whatever.
Lucky. I love him
Lucky.
so
Yep.
much. And I know they're a pair, but I don't actually think of them that way. Like I think of it like with
Mhm.
Eden, like
I agree.
Jasper and
Yep.
Lucky, and then oh my gosh,
It's
I don't
so
know. I
hard.
don't know.
It's so hard.
I spent so much of book three furious with Jake, like
Jake.
so mad at him, so mad. But
I know.
he is also the one that like makes me feel the most.
Hmm.
Um, that scene, this is the scene that I will always go back to and always talk about when he is tied and technically being cuckolded. Um,
Yes.
and
When
she's
they crawl in
about
the
to,
window.
yes. And she's about to break. She's like, she gets scared and
Yeah.
she's about to back out of it. And she's like, I don't think I can do this. And she looks to him, the one person who hasn't wanted her to be with anybody else. And he's like,
Yeah.
come on, sugar. You're
Yeah.
strong
You can do
enough. You can
it.
take it.
Yeah.
And I could barely make it through that scene. Like he's
The
so, like
growth.
so I think
Yeah.
it might be Jake actually, to my surprise as we're talking about this. I think it's
Yeah.
Jasper, Lucky, Jake.
I think that's
Um I
fair.
I do love Dom so much. Bo has always been the one that I've not cared as much about. I don't know why. I don't know. Like
I
there's
like
nothing.
Bo. I like Bo as a concept. I feel like Bo is very superficial. I don't feel like we ever really got to the heart of Bo.
Maybe that's it. Like
I
and he's
I, I
also had that like chosen one, like he's the handsome one who had the sisters and was just kind of
yeah,
like self-involved.
yeah.
Um, I mean they were all self-involved at various points, so that's
Right.
not just him.
I just don't feel
But
like
I
we
think
ever
also in terms
got.
of yeah,
I think in the last book, obviously there was more. They went into him and his, the way that he dealt with things a little bit more and kind of
right,
how.
yeah.
But I honestly thought that made him look worse. I didn't think that made him look better,
That's
um,
interesting.
because just the way that he did just kind of push
Yeah,
things to the side and not really deal with things, which
yeah.
is such a normal man thing to do.
It's very true to life. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So I feel like Bo's like the most like real man, like if that
Maybe
makes
that's the
sense.
problem. And I'm like, I don't like you.
Bo's like a man written by a man, and
Right?
everyone else is a man written by Rebecca.
That's so funny. I tried to picture him as like James Marsden because I felt like James Marsden in like The Notebook is like kind of what he was described as. And I
Yeah.
love James Marsden, so I tried to
Hmm.
like hold that in my head. But
Do you do you think it has something to do with the accent though?
maybe. I mean,
I feel
but
like I feel like in books, this is
hmm
just in books. I feel like sometimes a southern accent comes off fake and like
right.
paint and like and I'm not to say that they were the people who did it sounded fake. I just think in general, like as
hmm
someone from the South, I think
right.
sometimes it's always a little over exaggerated and
Right.
it
Yeah.
feels a little it also feels a little patronizing to women.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
There
know
is
if
that.
that whole sugar
Darling,
darling.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
That might be part of it. I
I
hadn't thought
think it
about
is.
that. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I think
But
the accent
yeah,
is part
the
of it.
accent might be part of it. Him being very man-like might be another part.
Yeah.
I also think like his specific kink, like the his kind of role play, like that just didn't do it for me. So
Mm-mm.
like that could have like that could have saved him, right? If it had been exactly like my flavor, like I could have brought it back. But
Yeah.
it wasn't. So it's just like,
No.
oh no,
Yeah.
I like the man you can't have. That's my favorite. The one who's like, I will not be with you. I'm like, Jasper,
But
I
you
love
got
you.
him in the end. You got him in
She
the end,
sure did,
girl.
didn't
You
she?
did. You got him in the
Mhm.
end. So, okay. What was the most blush-inducing scene that you read in that book?
Is
What?
Kathy Karch still here? Can you see
Oh,
if
let me
she's still
see.
watching? So she's someone I know from my writer MFA program. We are writers
Uh-huh. Yeah,
together.
she's still here.
She to help me finish recording on time,
Hmm.
she live proofed me And so I've never had someone listen to me record explicit scenes before. So that was a bonding experience.
Yeah, girl.
And I was just like, and I felt like I had to be both Jasper and Dom, where I'm like, I need your consent that you are okay listening to the, like, I had to keep checking in and
Are
be
we
like,
still
are
gonna be
we,
friends when this is over?
you can use your safe word and tell me you don't want to listen, but I do have to get this book recorded. So so that made me blush. I don't even remember what
Let
the
me
scene
just
was, but it
throw
was,
this out there. If you ever need that again, I volunteer as tribute.
oh, thank you. You know what? It happens more often than you'd think, and I will let you know. Um, yeah, so that probably that. Otherwise, you know, the one that I always go back to is in book two when the guys are getting her ready for Jake to take her backdoor virginity.
Yes.
Um, I think that might have been like the, you know, like a little bit of a blush for me. Um, but yeah, I also really love that sequence so much.
Oh
So
yeah, no, it
that was like an hour of straight smut. Like just it did not end.
never.
It
It
was so
didn't end.
much.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I love that. I mean, I love everything that but nothing was superfluous. Everything
No, no,
moved the
no.
plot forward.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it in the grand scheme of how freaking huge these books are, like even though there
Mm-hmm.
is yes a lot of spice, it's not even remotely more than probably 25-30% of the book. I mean, considering
No. What book
how
are we talking
much we're talking about we're talking about Brutes of Bristlebrook by Rebecca Quinn. It is
Yeah.
a post-apocalyptic why choose
Trilogy.
just
Yeah.
great ride. 70 hours of pure fun.
Yeah. And it starts out like right away. Like you don't
Yeah,
have to
never.
wait.
Yeah, there is no waiting. It's
I
like,
kind of want to go back to the beginning
mm-hmm,
and because like yeah, I feel like there's so much to appreciate that I was just in it while I was
yeah,
recording it.
yeah.
And I have never listened to them. I know there are people who listen to themselves that shocks me. So everything I heard
Most people
came from
don't.
people's edits.
Yeah,
Um and so I part of me would like to go back and like to hear some of these scenes.
yeah.
But I that when that first book landed in my inbox, I just like consumed it. It was so good. And I was so in. And I remember, just like you were saying, like those sense memories. Like I remember driving out to Pennsylvania to visit friends and telling my husband about the book and being like, okay, so it's a post-apocalyptic, super spicy white shoes where she's with five guys, but it is so character driven. And let me tell you
Phenomenal.
about all the characters and like I was explaining where they all like how they all interact and like I was so passionate about all these characters. So that's when that was only my second why choose to even read
Mm-hmm,
as a human being. It was my
mm-hmm,
second why choose.
mm-hmm,
And I was like, oh, I see. I see. This
mm-hmm.
is not just like fantasy fulfillment. This is characters
No, it's character
interacting.
driven, and that's I've said that before because I'm a huge why choose person. I
I
love it
love
as
it
a
too.
genre, and I think that that's part of it is that there is so, and I think that's one of the reasons why women like it so much, and it's easy to fall into that spice trap, but it is just the fact that there is so much more character involvement. It there's so much
Mm-hmm.
more for you to experience. It's not just about the relationships between the male and the female. It's about the relationships between the males with each
Yeah.
other, and it really is just I don't know. I think there's a lot to be looked into about why that genre is so popular and why it really is. It's not about the spice. It's not about, I mean, obviously that's part of it, but
Right.
it really is just these interpersonal relationships. And yeah, I love that's the thing that shines to me about Brutes is just the relationships
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
all of the characters. It's
Completely agree. completely.
It's nothing has compared to it, that, for me
Right.
with that, of that, something of that magnitude. I mean, you're talking about, 3 books of very big books where really and truly I don't ever felt like it slowed down. I don't ever felt like I was bored. I didn't feel like there was any inconsistencies with the
Hmm.
relationships or anything like that. I mean, it was just so consistently good the whole time,
Hmm.
and that's just very rare.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
like I said, I can't shut up about it. But did you cry when you were recording anything in it?
Oh, so many times. Yeah, if you hear Eden crying, it's because I'm
You're
crying.
really
I
crying?
ride
Yeah.
it. I ride those feelings. There are plenty of books where I cry and then I'm like, go back and record because the
Yeah.
character's not crying. When the character is crying, I'm like, fantastic. I can
Yes.
just cry.
Like, I let it go.
Um, yeah, I mean, the one that I already mentioned is the one that stands out to me
Mhm.
because I've never broken down like that in the middle of a very spicy BDSM scene.
Yeah.
Um, and it was that culmination of their relationship of how much he believed in her and how much he saw her and how he what even though he did not want this
Mhm.
situation, he still wanted her to like fully get what she needed and what she wanted, and he believed in her in a way that
Mhm.
she didn't, and no one else could have convinced her. Clearly this is my TED talk, like this one moment in Jake's
But
and
it's but
hers
it's
relationship.
true. It's true. It's the pinnacle of their relationship because, like, this is the only book that I've ever cried during Spice. Like, literally
Right,
cried
yeah,
multiple, not just one
yeah,
time, multiple times. Like,
yeah,
just because the emotion, and I know that part of it is the setting. It's, everything is so, like, feels
heightened,
so
yeah,
on the line because it is this really, this post-apocalyptic world where, anything could happen. They could be gone the next day. And
right,
so that really obviously ramps up the tension and the emotion and everything. But I cried multiple times during
yeah.
spicy scenes in this book, just because.
in in book two, when she's talking with Madison, when they're like tied to the tree and she's really talking about like them being gone and what they
Yeah.
meant to her. Like I feel like I could make myself cry right now thinking
Yep.
about
Yeah.
that.
Me too.
I did not have to act very hard for those
Yeah.
scenes. They were so they were heartbreaking. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was definitely crying through all of that. Her just absolute heartbroken belief that they were dead and she was on her own. And I'm like,
And
as an artist, I'm intensely proud of book two in particular, I
yeah,
think, because it went to that very dark place.
it did.
Um, and I also love when you do get those female friendship stories. So we see that the clearest in book two.
Mhm.
Um, that's another scene that really stands out for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I I think that, yeah, book two definitely was really emotional, and it's like the thing about it is that, again, it's another full circle moment. It's, the beginning of the book, she's like, I want to get out of here. I want to go back and be on my own. I can't stand this. I can't stand being around all these people. I'm better on my own. And then it's,
Hmm.
oh no, I need all these people. Like,
Hmm.
I can't live without my
Hmm.
guys, and it's
Hmm.
it's such a, like,
Hmm.
it's just another way that her character just grows so much. It's just, ugh.
Yeah.
So, do you love cheese as much as Eden does?
uh I do, but my gut doesn't. Like it definitely slows down my digestion. So I have to be a little careful about that. But I do love it. I used to joke, but it was very true, that at every party you could find me by the cheese table because like you're going to see everybody at the party eventually. They're all going to come over to the cheese
Yeah,
table. And if you just stay
you
there,
just hang out. Yeah,
you also stay by the cheese.
I think.
Had a lot of gas in my 20s as a result of that
But you saw
pattern
everyone at the party
every time.
every time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So no,
no
not
flaws.
as much as Eden, but
Not as much
I
as
do
Eden.
love it.
Yeah,
I
that is
love
so
queso.
funny. That is so funny. Okay, so I like to do a little speed round at the when I get pat through all of my questions. Are you ready for your speed round, Avery?
Yes, I'm ready for. Wait, I saw a question that I
Oh,
wanted to
yes. Do
answer.
you
Am
have
I
any events?
my
Yeah.
very first one? Which is why I wanted to be like, yes, I do. I am going to be at Wild and Windy in Chicago, and that's my very first convention. So
Congrats.
hopefully it'll be fun. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
You're gonna love it. These book conventions are you're gonna love it.
Okay,
Because
good.
like you said, you like interacting with, listeners and things like that. That you it's the book community is so amazing. Like I went to my first like big con last year, and it was like, oh, it's just people like handing out gifts and making crafts for each other, and everyone just walking around and giving each other hugs and I mean, it's just you just want to it's like going to Disney World. You just want to be there all the time because it's like everyone there likes the same things that you like, and you all just get to nerd out with each other about books, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's crazy good. That's like so fun.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
If anyone in the comments has ideas for like the kind of swag you like to get from narrators, like just let me know. Like I'm trying to figure it. I think I might do some lip balms,
Mm-hmm.
some like with Avery Caris on there,
That's cute.
because I was given that at an event and I still use it, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Nikki Zacox. So I'm like, that one worked for me, which is why I'm like, I like that one. But if people have ideas, let me know. But yes, I'm
Lip
ready for my
balms,
speed
yeah.
round. But
Oh, you're fine. It's
I'm
okay.
in.
We're not in a rush. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm so
Okay.
excited.
So
Okay.
just so you know, my speed rounds are never speedy. So
Okay, great. Oh, okay. Oh, that
don't
just took
feel
some
bad
pressure
if
off.
no pressure. No
Okay.
pressure. They are often the longest part of the entire night. So
Okay. All right.
because I can't stop talking. So
Great.
yeah.
Perfect. I'm
Yeah.
having a great
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Talk or text.
Text.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Favorite color.
Emerald green.
Ooh, like that. Okay. Night in or night out?
Night in by myself, night out with the girls.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
qualification. I like that. Okay. Song you are currently obsessed with.
What am I listening to? I'm like, what's at the top of my liked songs right now? Because I just add them to the top, and then
I get
like I
it.
said, I listen to the same things over and over again.
Yep.
Um, I've been listening to "Throw Some Ass" by Sophia Tucker. It's hilarious.
Okay.
It's so
I'm
funny.
loving it.
It's
I'm
fun.
writing it down.
It's a great dance song, but it's also like what she's saying is in contrast to the way she's saying it, so it's very
I
funny.
love it. Hmm.
Um, and that redo of the Dragon Stay Dinte that was so popular in like 2003. Oh, that sounded so Texan. Did you go Dragon Stay Dinte? That came out. But it's
Sorry,
my
it's my
life is a
fault. It's my
party,
fault.
my heart, my home, my is the club. Da, da, da.
I
Like
got you.
that redo right now. I'm listening to
It's
that
my
on the
fault.
daily. Um, and yeah, so my life is a party. That's at the top of the list. Ghost in the Mirror, totally different vibe. And I know I am missing something, which is why I'm like, what is the one at the very top right now that I am not skipping? I don't know. I don't know. I'll come back to that one when I remember.
Okay. Favorite booth beverage.
I mean, I get sticky mouth from everything. So I
So
have to
water.
drink water with apple cider vinegar or just water to have like, a clear mouth. It's just a splash, it's just a splash of ACV. I'm not like
Okay.
half
Oh, like
vinegar,
you're
you
not like
know.
a mixed
It's
drink.
not a
Just straight
salad.
water.
It's not a salad dressing. Yeah, I think, people say to like eat apples to like reduce mouth noise,
I've
like the
heard
green
that. Green
apples.
apples, right? Yeah.
Green apples. So I think the ACV has a similar effect.
Hmm.
So yeah, I do put that splash in there. And then if my kids try to steal my water, they're like, I'm like, that's right.
You're
Don't
like, that's
drink
what
my
you get.
water.
That's what you
If I
get.
had if I had my druthers though, I would absolutely have an iced coffee in
Mm.
there. And if I'm like doing auditions, like voiceover auditions, sometimes I'll bring my coffee down with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite snack or candy?
Ugh, I love candy. Any kind of gummy. So like your sour gummies, and any of them. I cannot bring them home. I always think I will be so good. Trader Joe's right now has these, like, my mouth is watering as I think about them. These sour strawberry strips. Like,
I love those.
I was like, it's a huge container. I will
I
have
will make
3 a
my
day.
mouth bleed eating that shit.
Me too. My mouth was totally scratched up. It was a mess, and I
It's
but my tongue was so happy. It tasted so good. Any
you're
kind of
like,
gummy,
just one more.
I know, all night. Like, I can stop eating chocolate. I can do
Hmm.
that. I can put down the chips. I can put
Hmm.
down the popcorn.
Hmm.
But if you put gummies in front of me, it's over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
get it. Trust me. Uh, so, who is your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush. I mean, lately, Connor Story and Hudson Williams, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Ilya or
I mean,
uh
it's that funny thing, right? Where, like, Ilya is hotter in the show, but
mhm.
Hudson is hotter in real
In real
life.
life?
How?
How?
How is that possible? I don't know. Um, yeah, so I
Yeah,
love both of them so much.
those Hudson photo shoots are something else.
All of them. All of them.
Something else. Mm.
So yeah, those two guys,
We're all at the cottage, Lauren. You're right. We
all of
are all
us.
at the cottage.
I have an undying crush on Zoe Kravitz, like, just endless.
She's beautiful.
She's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And Gemma Chan. I want to, like, represent both sides of my sexuality here, but, like, right now, it really is very Hudson and
Very,
Connor.
yeah. Very heated rivalry. I get it. Trust me, I get it. So you're what's something that never fails to make you laugh?
um, that video clip of that guy reporting from Korea when his kids toddle in behind him. Do you remember this? I never, I never skip it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Do you want to know what mine is?
Yes, what's yours?
Because it's literally me. Okay, you know that clip of that girl that's like ranting and then she goes, "I need to calm down. I'm an adult. I need to calm down." That is me. Like,
I
oh,
don't know that one. You're gonna
have
have
you
to
not
send
seen
it to
it?
me. I haven't
Oh my
seen
God.
it.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Send it
It's
to
like
me,
she's like
please.
ranting. She's like, what is she doing? What is she doing? And then she goes, I need
Yeah.
to calm down. I need to calm down. I'm an adult. And it's so funny.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, I just die laughing. Every time. Never
My
fails.
my favorite person right now on TikTok is the lady who speaks Spanish. It sounds very Texan accented to me,
Mm.
about all the cats in her backyard. And she's like, "Mira, mira, uno gatosito en mi jardín." And it's my Spanish is improving so quickly. I watch it like a telenovela, and I am learning about all the cats in her neighborhood. And she's just so over the top. And it is gatosito, exactly. Jen. Thank you.
Jen
Um,
knows. Okay, I gotta look this
I
up.
love that lady, and my kids are, like, learning Spanish because I run around the house going, "Mira, mira, dos gatositos, um, ardiacita in arbolita." Like, it's ridiculous, but it makes me so happy. Our whole
I love
family,
it.
and sorry, you got me on with my favorite topic.
It's
Um,
fun.
Wendy the Wendigo is the puppet. Yeah, she's a puppet, and she's bloodthirsty, and she's adorable. And, like, she'll be like, "But I want to eat your heart." And they're like, "But then you won't have friends." She's like, "Oh." Anyway, highly recommend Wendy the Wendigo as
I
well.
gotta find that one. Okay, Wendy the
I'll
Wendigo.
send you her.
Yeah,
Love her.
we're gonna have fun, me and you.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we're gonna be okay. So go to karaoke song.
Okay, my best song is "Kiss Me" by Sixpence
Six.
None the Richer. It's right in my range. It's perfect,
Yeah,
but that's not
that's a
my
good one.
go-to. Um, the one that really landed, that really hit this last time round, was "Antidepressants" by Baby No Money. So that is my new go-to. I know you didn't see that one coming. You didn't
Did
see that
not,
answer coming.
did not, not on my
Yeah.
bingo card.
I love him so much, and I'm always like, it's kind of like having a junior high sense of humor in a rap song by another queer millennial, and I
Can't beat
like
it.
actually get his references, and
Can't beat
I
it.
really enjoy them so much.
Can't beat it. I love it.
Thank you for
I really love
understanding.
you. I knew I was gonna like you, but like really, like it's a
Okay,
lot
good.
now.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of fun in karaoke, is what I'm hearing.
Hmm. Okay, so you told me one earlier, but
Okay.
what is a word or phrase that always trips you up in the booth?
I'm always second guessing ethereal. So
Hmm.
the ones that I see coming, and I think I mostly get right these days are waft. I'm like, is it waft? Is it waft? It's always those A sounds. I'm like, is it scald? Is it scald? I don't know. I truly don't know this moment. I have no idea.
It's scald.
Um, Thank you. I'm like, it should be the same as bath, scald, but
Yeah,
it's
the
not.
English makes no sense. No,
It's
English
not.
is the wackiest language on the planet.
Um,
100%.
okay, the one I have to actively think about, and I don't know where this comes from because it doesn't even make sense in a Texan accent, is women. I want to say women, like a W-E sound, women.
Uh-huh.
And that's wrong. That's not how it's pronounced. It's women. It's a W-I-M sound, and I have to
Women,
think about it.
women.
But I mostly get that one right as well. I'm trying to think of like what I got back recently that was like, really? I said that wrong. Um, Today I had to look up Cuirass. How would you pronounce that?
Cuirass? Is that like
Oh,
a, isn't
very
that like a
close.
sword? Isn't that like a sword or something?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's
yeah.
cuirass. Like it's
Uh-huh.
almost like you're saying a queer ass, cuirass.
That's
But
how you say it,
it is, it
cuirass?
is. Tousled. I know how to say that one now.
Yeah, that's a
That's a
good one.
tricky one.
I like that word.
Yeah,
That's a good
me
word.
too.
Good
Tousled.
word.
Hmm.
It's very specific. I like words that are specific and actually like are like not broad. You know, they have like a meaning,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
finality to their meaning.
Um, a gazebo. I say that wrong in real life, so I have to fix that a lot. I want to say gazebo. Why?
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
why? I don't
That's
know.
so funny.
I was homeschooled. There's a lot of things that can just be explained by just saying that, you know? So I don't know.
I mean, even if that's not it, just say that. It's easiest.
I was homeschooled.
I was
Why
homeschooled.
do you
I'm
cut your
sorry.
bread like that? I was homeschooled.
I was homeschooled. Exactly.
Yeah,
Why do you like that song? I was homeschooled.
I was homeschooled. I grew up on
Can't help
baby
it.
no money. Yeah.
I just love you so much, and
Oh,
I
thanks,
appreciate you
Kim.
doing this with me. And
Well, it's really
I
my pleasure.
I'm so sad that I'm out of questions. Does anyone in the
Oh,
chat have any questions? You guys have been really sweet asking questions.
you have been
But
great about the questions.
is there anything that you would like to um bring up that you've got coming soon, or anything that you're super excited about that's coming
Let's
out?
see. Well, Fury Bound should be out in May, so for the Romantasy folks,
That's gonna be
that'll
big.
be super fun.
Hmm.
Um, I just oh the echo's back. It's kicking me off. Um, so today I finished Prince of Storms, which is with by Kit Rocha. I don't
Okay.
think my co-narrators have narrated yet, so I'm not. That comes out in June. I'm looking for it. I just think it's a great book. I like that those authors so much. Um, what else is coming up? I know I've got some good stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
Um, I know Safekeeping is going to be releasing soon. That's Kristen Proby, with I'm getting his real name, Sean Masters, ever popular.
You've done a lot with Sean.
We have been matched on so many books. So
But
many.
you guys, oh my
Yeah.
God, your voices are so good together.
I'm
Like
glad you
you're,
think so. That's the funny thing about listening to edits is that I have opinions now about who I sound good with. And as you were talking about earlier, like because I am higher pitched, I don't like it when I'm matched with like the super growliest
Mhm.
guys because I'm like, this sounds like a felony.
But
Like
Sean doesn't have to live there. Like
he
he can,
doesn't. Yeah,
he,
he has a playfulness to him that I think keeps him
yes.
out of that. And like there's someone, I'm not gonna call him out because it'll sound negative, that I'm being matched with that I was like, why are we together? And then I'm like, it actually is an age gap romance. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
that
I
makes
feel
sense.
it. Yeah. Hmm.
Um, yeah, so I love hearing I love hearing myself with Teddy. I think our voices sound really good together. I think we're in similar ranges actually.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and yeah, and with Sean too. And
Yeah, because I was going through your Audible today, and I was like, oh my gosh, she has so many titles, LaShawn.
so many. Yeah, no,
So
I
many.
felt like every book that I got in the last 6 months, like 80% of them were with him. Um,
Well,
and he was also working with everybody else at the time. He got
yeah.
so busy and
He's,
overbooked.
I
I
mean,
felt bad
what?
for him.
He's so talented.
He's very talented. Yeah, no, when I first met him, I didn't know if he was American or Irish because I'd heard him do both accents, and I was like,
Hmm.
"Which are you?" And
You
yeah,
should
and yeah,
you should hear him do an Elmo. It's great. Ask
and
next time you see him, ask him to do Elmo.
okay, I will. I will. I haven't
Hmm.
seen him in a couple of years. Hopefully
You
I'll see
should
him probably at the next in-person APEC.
you should go to my page and look at the clip from when he was on there because we did he had done an Elmo impression for somebody a long time ago, and this girl that I'm friends with, she was like, ask him about the Elmo impression. And we ended up on this like tangent about Elmo in like fifty Shades of Elmo and
Oh
like
my gosh.
it was so good. He's so funny though. Like
He is, and that's what
he's
I
so like
love
dry
about
and like
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
I
dry.
like that in his performance so much is that like
Hmm.
he can be very growly and alpha male, but there's always humor in there.
Hmm.
And that like I think that shines through a lot in like Brandy Hines books too. So
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's good.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's it.
I guess that's it. Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with me, and it's so fun to talk to you. And please, if you ever have anything that you want to talk about, or if you have a book coming out that you're interested, just let me know because I would be happy
Yeah.
to help you put it out there or
Thank
promote or
you.
whatever.
Thank
Because
you
I
so
just love you.
much.
You're so sweet,
Oh,
and I love this. You know, I love Brutes, but also I just think that you're phenomenal at what you do.
thank you.
I love your social media. You do a good job at it, so keep doing it.
I really appreciate you saying that because I do have a lot of fun.
So like you and Harlow are like my top like social media. You guys both
She's
do.
good. Yeah.
She's so good. Well,
So fun.
she used to have a YouTube channel. So she's
Oh,
got content creator in her blood. So like she
okay.
knows how
I
to
actually
like
was feeling like a little bit jealous. Like I was like, you are so good at this.
she's
It
so
looks
good at
easy
it.
for
No,
you.
she's amazing.
Okay.
She's so good at it. And she like I told her when I was talking to her, I was like, how do you find all these sounds? Like how do you know where to go to find these sounds? And she's like, they just find me. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, whatever.
No, I've got a bunch saved too. Like when I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to make a video, I go through and I listen to them and I'm like, do any of
Hmm.
these work?
Yeah.
So
No, I know she's amazing.
she
But
is.
you do a really good job at it. So keep it up.
Thanks. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for doing this and hosting this and helping to elevate narrators
Oh,
and the
thank you.
books.
This
Appreciate you.
this is fun for me. I have a blast doing it. So thank you
Mm.
so much. And I will be posting I'll post some clips and then also everything will be on YouTube. So I'll send everybody links to everything.
Wonderful.
And it's so nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. And I'll
Thank you
send
so much.
you my favorite content creators.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Okay.
Thank you
All right.
everybody for
Good
being
night.
here.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.